At JPS, we have one job.
To power what matters to all our customers.
We power homes, schools, businesses,
communities, and national pride.
We put our best foot forward.
So you can have safe, reliable, and sustainable energy
that puts you in the spotlight.
Take us behind the scenes. Explain JPS's approach to re-energizing after a hurricane.
Everything in a hurricane restoration starts from re-establishing power supply. And that comes from our power plants. We have power plants that are strategically located at different sections of the country. And from these power plants, we're able to do something called black starting. Black meaning you're restoring after a blackout condition. And from these generators are started, they put power back onto the wires, or what you call your high tension wires, and we move this power to our critical customers. From there, the crews that are out there working, and they are trying to work as safely as possible, will continue to bring back in certain areas of this jigsaw puzzle together until we get to the entire piece, which is the ultimate objective of having power supplied to you, our very valuable customers.
How does JPS coordinate the massive effort to restore power after a hurricane?
So step one is our damage assessment. So damage assessment essentially is a patrolling of the zone to identify all the hazards, all the defects that would prevent us from energizing that zone. So after the damage has been collected, step two is our work planning phase. Now we can actually start assigning resources to fix those damage, right? And our restoration priority starts with our critical customers first, which include hospitals, airports, telecommunication facilities, water facilities, where we know where all of these things are. Step three is where we actually execute the work. And work execution now, this is one of the critical steps for us. So this now is where crews are mobilized, they carry out their safety checks, planting new poles, clearing trees from the line, and then restoring the customers after. Step four is now energization, and this is the happy part, because this now represents where all of this hard work was done, and now we get the chance to close up the circuit, as we would say in JPS, to energize the line to give customers back power. And step five now, we call it back to regular programming. And this now is where we hand it over now to operations to continue operating the system.
What's the likelihood that customers will lose power during or after a hurricane?
It's very likely that you will lose power, but here's why. When Hurricane Ivan was about to come on shore, I remember while we were listening to the radio, a customer called into a talk show program. And here's her problem. The wires fell down and they were in her yard and they were dancing. But then floodwaters also came and the waters were rising and she needed to evacuate. Now you know that electricity and water are not very good friends. So how does she evacuate when there are wires dancing with power and she has to get out of her house? So because of situations like that in certain areas and during certain aspects of when the hurricane is coming on shore, we have to shut down some customers to ensure that we protect and keep you, our customers, safe, as well as protect your property.
So what's one thing you want customers to remember about the restoration process?
One thing I'd like for customers to remember about the restoration is that safety takes time. It can actually take us maybe 30 minutes safely to execute a 5-minute work.
So what's one thing you say to customers in preparation for the hurricane season?
It starts customers with preparation. And what this means is that you stock up on your necessary food supply, keep some of your equipment and property safe, as well as have your first aid supply, so that at the end of the day, you are safe, your family is safe, and your property is safe. So that after the passage of a hurricane and we have restored power, you can continue to get on with the business of living. We're working hard to ensure that you
can stand in the spotlight.
JPS continues to go the extra mile so that every Jamaican can let their light shine. We're committed to powering the moments that matter, today, tomorrow, and we'll do it together.